Students, we can see the next page, page number 25, the second paragraph. When he had gone about 25 miles, he stopped for the horses to be fed. Hanks now rested a while in the passage of the inn. Then he stepped out into the porch and, ordering a samovar to be heated, got out his guitar and began to play. So, after started his journey from the inn, he had traveled only about 25 miles and he wanted to feed his horses, so he stopped his journey and he um, took a rest in another inn. Actually rested a while in a path of that inn. So he took rest in the path of the inn. Here passage, they have given the word passage means the way to the inn. So first he took rest a while for some time in the passage, and then he stepped out into the porch. They have given the word stepped out, phrasal verb, stepped out, walked towards. Then he walked towards the porch. Porch means how can I say, portico, portico. Porch means portico. So portico, he stepped out towards the portico and ordered for a samovar to be heated. What is meant by samovar here? Samovar means a Russian metal urn for making coffee or tea. So he ordered for a tea to heat and got out his guitar and began to play. Already I have told you, he was a lover of singing songs. So he got out his guitar from his bag and started to play it. At the same time, there came a troika. What is meant by troika here? Troika means horse cart pulled by three horses. When he was singing music through his guitar, there a troika came there. Horse cart came there with three horses with the tinkling bells. Tinkling bells means ஒளி எழுப்பிக்கிட்டே ஒரு மணி ஓசை எழுப்பிக்கிட்டே அந்த ஒரு வண்டி வருது. And an official alighted followed by two soldiers. Here official means a police officer. Alighted means came down அதிலிருந்து இறங்குறாரு. Okay, alighted followed by two soldiers. So followed by him there were two soldiers also. They came to Axino and began to question him, asking him who he was and whence he came. Axino answered him fully and said, "Won't you have some tea with me?" But the official went on cross-questioning him and asking him, where did you spend last night? Were you alone or with a fellow merchant? Did you see the other merchant this morning? Why did you leave the inn before the time? Actually, as soon as the police officers and the soldiers alighted from the troika, they started their enquiry with Axino. Actually, he was drinking tea at the time. They came to him and asked who he was and when he came there. And also they asked him whether he had seen the other merchant who spent with him last night. Last night in the previous inn, he had a tea with the other fellow merchant, So they inquired about that merchant. Had he seen that merchant after that night? And were you alone or with a fellow merchant? Did you see the other merchant this morning? They asked, did you see that merchant again that morning, and where he was traveling alone? And why did he leave that inn before the dawn, before the sunrise? ஏன் வந்துட்டு அந்த விடியறதுக்குள்ள அந்த இந்த இன்னை விட்டு கிளம்பி வந்தார். So he continuously asked his question. When he asked the police officer to have some tea, he did not respond to his request. Instead of this, he continued his inquiry, went on cross questioning. He cross questioned Axino. So these all questions made Axino wonder because why this police officer asked such question. Okay, so Axino wondered why he was asked all these questions, but he described all that had happened and then added, "Why do you cross question me as if I were a thief or a robber? I'm traveling on business of my own, and there is no need to question me." So he felt wonder and asked the police officer, "Why do you ask such question with me? Do you feel I'm a thief or a robber? I'm a I'm a businessman. I'm traveling on my own business, and you don't want to ask such question to me." Like he replied to the police officer. Then the official called the soldiers, said, "I'm the police officer of this district, and I question you because the merchant with whom you spent last night had been found with his throat cut. We must search your things." So here, the police officer replied why they inquired Axino because the fellow merchant who had tea with Axino last night in the inn was murdered in the previous inn in his room, and his throat was cut there. So he was the only person who stayed with him, and also he stayed in the next room, and he quit the place before the dawn. So this it made the police officer was suspect on him. So they inquired such questions, and they entered the house. The police officer ordered other soldiers to check all his things. They entered the house. The soldiers and the police officer unstrapped Axino's luggage and searched it. Suddenly, the officer drew a knife out of a bag, crying, "Whose knife is this?" So like that. Here, the police officer and the soldiers entered the house where he stayed in the second inn and searched his luggage. The police officer unstrapped the luggage. Unstrapped means open the tie or strap. அந்த வாரோ இல்லை ஒரு கயிறோ ஏதாச்சும் கட்டியிருக்கும், அதை வந்து அவிழ்க்கிறது. Unstrapped Axino's luggage and searched it. Suddenly the officer drew a knife. He took off a knife from his bag and cried. Cried means shouted, கத்துறது. "Whose knife is this?" Axino looked, and seeing a blood-stained knife taken from his bag, he was frightened. And the police officer asked, "How is it there is blood on this knife?" So when Axino looked at the blood-stained knife taken from his bag, he became frightened. He was frightened. He got feared, and he did not know what to do there. The police officer asked him, how did the bloodstain come to the knife?" Axino tried to answer, but could hardly utter a word and only stammered. Actually, now he is in a stunning manner. He was afraid of. He was frightened. He was not able to say anything else because of this fear. Because of his fear, so he tried to answer, but he was not able to speak even a single word they have given, but could hardly utter a word. Could hardly utter a word means could not say a single word. That is, hardly is a negative word, not. Okay, and only stammered. So when he tried to answer the police officer, he stammered because of the fear. So when he answered, "I don't know, not mine." Then the police officer said, "This morning the merchant was found in bed with his throat cut. You are the only person who could have done it. The house was locked from outside and no one else was there. Here is this bloodstained knife in your bag, and your face and manner betray you. Tell me how you killed him and how much money you stole." So here, because of his fear, he was not able to answer to the police officer. So through this expression, through his because of this facial expression in his fear, the police officers thought he was a convict, he was a culprit, he could be murdered the fellow merchant. So they are told that that morning the fellow merchant was murdered in his bed by cutting his throat, and he was the only person who stayed with him in the next room, spent time with him last night, and also he quitted the place early in the morning. So the police officer got suspect on him. So they confirmed that he was the culprit. Who? Axino. Axino was the culprit. And they asked, here they have given the word betray. Betray means fail or let one down. Let one down means ஒருத்தர் காட்டி கொடுக்கிறது. So betray. The betrayer we used to call Etopan and Judas as a betrayer. So betrayer means காட்டி கொடுக்கிறவங்க. So the police officer asked that told him that his face himself betrayed that he was a convict, and they asked him how he killed the fellow merchant, and how much money he had stolen with him. But actually had nothing how to answer the police officer, because he did not do that murder, and all the things are against him. Okay, so he was not able to answer to the police. So he had only one thing to swear. Swore means past tense of swear, promised. So actually promised that he had not done it, and he had seen that fellow merchant only last night, and he did not meet him after that night. Okay, and he had only 8,000 rubles of his own, and the knife was not his. His voice was broken when he answered the police officer. His voice was broken. No, it was not my knife, and I have only 8 rubles, he answered. And his voice was broken, his face pale, and he trembled with fear as though he went guilty. So he thought himself that all the things were going against him. So he confirmed that he was guilty there. Then the police officer ordered the soldiers to bind Axino and to put him in the cart. As they tied his feet together and flung him into the cart, Axino crossed himself and wept. His money and goods were taken from him, and he was sent to the nearest town and imprisoned there. Enquiries as to his character were made in Vladimir. Then the merchants and other inhabitants of the town said that in former days he used to drink and waste his time, but that he was a good man. Then the trial came on. He was charged with murdering a merchant from Yazan and robbing him of 20,000 rubles. Here, the police officer ordered the soldiers to bind Axino and throw him into the sledge. Sledge means the horse cart. They tied him and thrown him into the sledge. He started weeping, and he crossed himself means he started to pray with the cross. சிலுவையை அவர் தொட்டு அவரோட அழுதுகிட்டே வணங்குறாரு. What was going to happen to him? And his money and goods, everything was seized by the police officers, and he was handed over to the nearest police station, nearest town, nearest prison, and inquiries were made on Axino. in the town Vladimir. Actually, he came from Vladimir, so the enquiries were made in Vladimir with other merchants. The other merchants answered that he was a good person, but before getting married, he had a habit of drinking. But he and also he was wasting his time in he was wasting his time drinking wines, liquors like that. But actually he was a good man, but that he was a good man. So like that everyone answered. Then a trial came on. He was charged with murdering a merchant from Ryazan and robbing him of 20,000 rubles. Finally, how can the trial came on. Trial came on. வழக்கு வந்துட்டு முடிவுக்கு வருது. He was charged with murdering. He was accused as murder of the merchant from Ryazan. Ryazan, they have given the word Ryazan. Come to the next page. Ryazan. What is meant by Ryazan? Ryazan is the name of the place. The fellow merchant who was murdered came from Ryazan. So he was accused as the murder of the fellow merchant who came from Ryazan, and and another case was he robbed his 20,000 rubles. 20,000 rubles. Okay. After that, he did not. His wife came to meet him. His wife was in despair and did not know what to believe. His children were all quite small. One was a baby at her breast. Taking them all with her, she went to the town where her husband was in jail. At first, she was not allowed to see him, but after much begging, she obtained permission from the officials and was taken to him. When she saw her husband in prison dress and in chains, shut up with thieves and criminals, she fell down and did not come to her senses for a long time. Then she drew her children to her and sat down near him. She told him of things at home and asked about what had happened to him. He told her all, and she asked, what can we do now? So after he was prisoned, his wife went to see him in the prison. His wife was in despair. Despair means hopelessness. அவளுக்கு நம்பிக்கையெல்லாம் சுத்தமாக போயிடுச்சு. And did not know what to believe, whether her husband did that murder, whether he killed that merchant. Her children were all also quite small. எல்லாம் சின்ன பசங்க. One was a baby at her breast. Still among one was a small baby still it was being fed by breast. Taking all her children, she went to meet him and requested the prison authorities. They did not allow her to meet him at first. She was continuously begging them. Finally, she got permission to meet him. Then Axino came to see his wife. When Axino's wife saw him with prison dress and tied with chain, shut up with thieves and criminals, she fell down immediately, and she did not come to her sense for a long time. அவரை பார்த்தோன்னா ஜெயில் ட்ரெஸ்ஸு, அவரை செயினை போட்டு கட்டி வச்சுருக்கிறது, இது எல்லாத்தையும் திருடர்களோடு அடைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறதெல்லாம் பார்த்த உடனே என்ன அவள் அப்படியே மயங்கிட்டா. She fell down and she did not come to her senses for a long time. And then she drew her children to her and sat down near him. She told him of things at home and asked about what had happened to him. And then she explained what was going at home and what happened to him, what has happened to him. Everything she asked, and replied what happened to him and what happened from the beginning. Finally, she asked what they could do for him. Suggested to write a petition to Caesar as he was an innocent person and not to perish an innocent person. We must petition the Caesar. They have given the word. We must petition the Caesar. We should not read it. This is Caesar, Czar. We must petition the Czar not to let an innocent man perish. He suggested to write Tsar. Who is Tsar here? Tsar is a emperor of Russia. Actually, it was followed before 1917. Okay. To write as Tsar. He was the higher authority of Russia. So Axno suggested his wife to write a petition to Tsar, but she replied that she had already written a petition to Tsar and it was refused. Then his wife said, "It was not for nothing. I dreamed your hair had turned grey. You remember? You should not have started the day and passing your fingers through his hair." She said, "Vanya, dearest, tell your wife the truth. Was it not you who did it?" And again she recalled how she warned Axno before starting his journey. Okay, about her dream also. "I dreamed your hair had turned grey. You remember? You should not have started the day." So here again she told that he should not have started his journey on that day when she warned him. And passing her fingers through his hair, she said, "Vanya, dearest, tell your wife about the truth." And she gently with love, she passed her fingers on the hairs of Axno, and in a lovable manner, in a gentle manner, she asked him, Vanya. Vanya means it is a pet name of Axno. She used to call. Ivan is called as Vanya. Ivan is called as Vanya. So Vanya, dearest, please tell me, was it not you who did it? இந்த கொலையை செஞ்சது அப்போ நீங்கள் இல்லையா? So like that she asked. So she also thought herself that she was a culprit and he could have done that murder. So he was not able to digest it. Okay, because his only lovable wife had also suspected on him. So he was not able to bear it. So he asked. "So you too suspect me?" said Axno, and hiding his face in his hands, he began to weep. Then a soldier came to say that the wife and children must go away, and Axno said goodbye to his family for the last time. So he was not able to bear. Even his wife also suspected on him, and immediately he took his hands and covered his face and started weeping again. At the same time, a soldier came there and told them to leave the place. And his wife and children went there. He conveyed his goodbye last time to his family. And when they were gone, Axno recalled what had happened and what had happened and what she said. And when he remembered that his wife also had suspected him, he said to himself, "It seems that only God can know the truth. It is to him alone we must appeal, and from him alone expect mercy." So he had only person, that is God, to get mercy, and he had only the hope. He lost all his hope except God. So he prayed to the God, and he himself said, "Seems that only God could know the truth." கடவுளுக்கு மட்டும்தான் தெரியும் உண்மை என்ன அப்படிங்கிறது. And he could appeal only to the God himself. So here they have given the word in the capital letter him. Here him alone we must appeal. So he had to appeal only to the God, and he had to expect mercy only with the God. And Acts now wrote no more petition, gave up all hope, and started pray to God. And so he had nothing to report. He had nothing to write petition to any authorities. So he quit to write petition letters to the prison authorities. He gave up all his hope and started to pray to the God. Okay, Acts now was condemned to. Okay, Acts now was condemned to be flogged and sent to the mines. So he was flogged with a knot, and when the wounds made by the knot were healed, he was driven to Siberia with other convicts. So he was sentenced to flogged. Flogged means, what is meant by flogged? Beating severely with a cane or whip or a stick. That is called flogged. So he was condemned. He was accused to beat with cane, beat with a stick. That is flogged, and sent to the mines.